Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. I figured I would do a video with a little update with how we all are doing 3 weeks after Lucy was born, because I've had quite a few people ask us, how we're doing, try to come see us and things like that, and we've just been trying to take a lot of time to ourselves to try and adjust to Lucy being here and try to figure out like a routine with William's schedule, and then my schedule, and with us going back to work and things like that. So I figured it would just be easier to make a video and everyone can watch it and kind of see what's going on. We'll start with how you got some lipstick on you. So I figured we'd talk a little bit about when Lucy got here. And she came on July 9th. So I think it was July 8th. It was July 8th at midnight that my water broke and we headed to the hospital. And then I can make a whole separate video on everything that happened with that. But relatively, it was a decently quick and not super horrible labor and delivery, which was fantastic. She was born at 7 pounds 9 ounces. My labor was about 13 hours, I think. So I got there at midnight, and then we had her at 1:33, I think, the next day. And then we stayed there for 48 hours. When she was born, I know a lot of you guys know, she was born with elevated bilirubin levels. So from the very beginning, we kind of had to start with, trying to breastfeed and supplement with, at the hospital, we were supplementing with donor milk. And then when we left, we were supplementing with formula for a little bit as well to try and get her levels to go down as quickly as possible. So basically, the way to flush all of that out of her system was by peeing and pooing and eating as much as possible. So we fed her and all of that for as long as we could. So when we went to her appointment the week that she was born, her levels were still elevated, and then we went back again the next day to check her levels again. They were still elevated, and then I believe it was the third time that they checked her levels, they had finally dropped significantly, which was fantastic. So ever since then, we supplement with formula when we have to, which isn't super often. Thankfully, I've been able to pump and feed her the majority of the time that way. So that has been a little bit of a difficult process trying to get her to, in the beginning, switching from breast to bottle, and that was a little difficult. So now we pretty much exclusively pump and feed her, which is fine. That's what I'm gonna have to do when I go back to work anyway, so it's been an easy transition in that sense. So that's been really good. Tomorrow William goes back to work, so that will be interesting, trying to find a routine with him not being here. It's definitely been quite the adjustment now with him being here, and doing some flight training here and then just trying to figure out, when she's hungry, kind of what she wants. She absolutely loves being held, which I love too, so that's good, because then we get to snuggle. And right now she's sleeping. So she's been eating on average pretty much every 2 hours, and she's been gaining weight really well. So she was born at 7'9", she dropped down to 6'15", a couple of days later, and now she's up to 8'9" at her last appointment a few days ago. So that's been fantastic. That's been really good. She's been gaining lots of weight and sleeping all the time, eating all the time, all of that fun stuff. Basically, it's been really, really wonderful, but it's been very emotional, especially those first few days for me out of the hospital. That first week I was basically a wreck, crying all the time for just like the silliest little reasons. I remember on the way home from the hospital, I made a comment about her being 18 years old eventually, and then I started crying. So we've definitely adjusted quite a bit from then. I think that my hormones have kind of evened out a little bit, so that's fantastic. I'm glad to be off of that roller coaster for the time being. I'm sure it will fluctuate as the years go on. Other than that, we've just been adjusting here at the house. The week after she was born, we ended up having a family emergency and we had to go out of town. So we took a little mini road trip when she was 9 days old, and we were gone for a couple of days. That was very interesting, trying to travel and pump and make sure that she's being fed and be on the road at the same time. But we got through that, and it was a fun trip given the circumstances. And then we came home and we have been adjusting here at the house. Last night, William and I were able to take our first like date night since she's been here, and we went and saw Ed Sheeran, which was amazing. It was the best concert that I've ever been to. It was fantastic. I loved it. Oh my goodness. And all of you who know how much I love Ed Sheeran, it was wonderful. It was the best. So she went and spent the night with Grandma and Grandpa, with William's parents, and then my mom ended up going over there for a little bit too, so she got to hang out with all of the grandparents for a while, which was fantastic. I know a lot of you know that she was having an issue with a really bad diaper rash, so that was so sad and so hard, but thankfully it's finally starting to go away. I was worried that it was a yeast infection, so we took her to the doctor and they took a look at it and it wasn't, so that's fantastic. I just keep saying that's fantastic. But her diaper rash is finally cleared up, so it's pretty much totally gone. When we went to the doctor, they recommended using Calmoseptine paste. So we were using that for a while, and that really cleared it up. And then my mother-in-law brought over A&D ointment. We used that, and that was fantastic. Oh my, that was fantastic. Everything's fantastic. Literally everything is it's fantastic. Everything's fantastic. It's all fantastic. We used the Calmoseptine. The A&D ointment was really good. Both of those things really helped. We also switched to Honest diapers so that she didn't have any like chemicals or anything in her diapers. We were using Pampers and Huggies before. So we switched over to that. Also, several people told me that diaper rashes can be the first signs of a lactose intolerance. So I actually cut out dairy a few days ago. So all of her breast milk that she's been getting from me has been without dairy, and that may have helped clear it up as well. I guess we'll see if I start incorporating dairy again. We'll see if she starts to get diaper rashes again, anything like that. It's quite a few different things we've done. We also switched from using wipes. We were using Huggies wipes to, I was using just like regular cloth and water for a while, but I ordered a bunch of water wipes as well. So we've switched to using those, and I love those. Thanks to Brianna. Brianna got me a bunch of those for our baby shower, and we loved those from the very beginning. So we got a bunch of those to use again, and that's been clearing up. So that's really good. Thankfully, she doesn't have to deal with that. So other than all of that, I think this upcoming week we have started setting up times to like venture out and see people again. I'm really excited to see everyone. Really excited for everyone to meet Lucy. She's literally perfect. She's so perfect. I look at her and I start crying because she's so perfect. I just love her so very much. She's beautiful. And I love how much she loves to snuggle. She loves to snuggle. I love that. So I figured we would make this video, kind of tell everyone where we're at, what's going on. If anyone has any questions or wants to get together, let me know. We're ready to get together again finally after adjusting and just getting used to everything with her. We're still getting used to everything with her. Don't get me wrong. This is obviously going to be quite a while of adjusting. But we love all of the help and advice everyone has been giving us. Thank you guys so much. It's been so much help, seriously. I feel like we've absolutely been winging it this entire time because obviously this is our first one. We don't really know what to expect. I no matter what anyone tells you throughout your entire pregnancy, like what it's going to be like, it doesn't prepare you. There's no way to prepare for it. Once she was here going through labor, there was I feel like there was no way to prepare for that either, because all of the things that people told me what it was going to be like, I feel like my experience wasn't like any of that, how I felt like my contractions were, all of that. I don't feel like it was at all what anyone said their contractions were like. So I know every pregnancy, every labor and delivery is different. So we've just really had to kind of wing it and figure out everything. So thank you everyone for sharing what worked for you, what you guys went through, because it's been so helpful to hear everyone's individual experiences. So Lucy says thank you. We say thank you. The dogs have also adjusted to her really, really well. They've all kind of acted the way I thought each of them was going to act. So Jaeger is involved and kind of watches her from afar. Dozer is kind of sloppy and couldn't really care less and just wants to give her kisses all the time. And Samson has absolutely been like the most loyal, the most involved, the most wanting to be around her and kind of protect her, which I thought that he was going to be. The night that they met her, we brought her home, and William brought her out of our bedroom, and they met her outside the door. And when William brought her back into the room, he shut the door, and Jaeger and Dozer went back and laid down, and we're like, okay, whatever. And Samson sat outside the door and just cried and cried for a few hours after he met her and just wanted to, he always sits outside the door and just wants to be as close to her as he possibly can be. It's really cute and really sweet. So yeah, that's kind of what's been going on the last 3 weeks. We're really excited for everything that's coming, everything that we're going to be doing with her, just watching her grow up and, you know, all the things that we're going to be doing and seeing, we're really excited for. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have any advice on anything else that you've, you know, heard me mention or anything like that, things that you guys feel really helped you guys with a newborn, with a toddler, with teething, anything that we're about to go through, please feel free to let me know. I absolutely love hearing everyone else's experiences. So thank you guys so much, and I think that we'll probably keep posting videos every now and then, just like little updates for everyone, for our friends in the military that aren't here, obviously, and then for just everyone all over the states that we aren't close to, Europe, and just all over the world that we don't get to see all the time. So thank you guys so much. We love you guys. We miss everyone. We can't wait to see everyone. So, okay, bye guys.